there, both right and left. You find the fairway. Again, second shot slightly uphill to a green that sits above you. One of the big dangers here, though, is going long. That is a big no-no to miss it long on this 12th.
And that's just sneaked into the second cut of rough.
And this is a great opportunity, a great look from long range.
He's setting up for his second shot. Absolutely flushed. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
This is looking around 115 yards out. All right, he's going with a little extra club, gone against the caddy here. Let's see if it was the right shout.
All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. And that should secure the par on this one. And just checking back in with the standings, and he continues to lead this tournament. Number 13, not a long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side, open up the angle for your second shot, and it's obvious you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side, make a par. Pretty simple.
Well, that'll work there. Wild on approach there.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, Luke. This is a surprise, missing this one.
And that's a touch of class. Terrific little chip. Job done. Let's head to the next. Our leader is enjoying a three-stroke advantage. And another of the uphill par threes, the 14th, Rich.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running into a low area that you have a pretty difficult chip shot to a green that historically is the firmest and fastest on this golf course.
Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it. John, what's the line on this putt?
Looks like this one's going left to right.
Yeah, that's a good line, that one. Work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. And as we check the standings, our featured player is ahead by 3.
Let's check out the 15th. It's a par 4.
Strong par 4. Your dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
The club choice is a 6-iron. The mission is simple here. He has to get up and down. On the green and a chance to save par. Our featured player still sits atop the leaderboard. We've hit the par 5 16th hole. This tee shot is looking good so far. This is a 200-yard shot. Those are the shots you practice at the range over and over, and boy, does it pay off here. Here's a putt to get to 9 under par. There it is. Okay, a quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a 5-shot advantage for our leader. The tee shot at 17.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find, as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
Now this putt for birdie.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
That putt drops, and that's now 6 birdies on the day. No change atop the leaderboard. Our featured player still out in front. We've hit the 18th hole. It's a par 4.
The harmony on that swing was awesome.
Looking at my yardage book, it looks like about 140 yards remain. Not a bad shot right there. The distance left on this putt is 17 feet. Henny, how tough will this putt be?
Gently does it. It's downhill, breaking off to the right-hand side here.
That looked good all the way. 5 feet remains. Okay, a good day out there, and it comes to an end. Here's a look at the leaderboard at the end of round 1, and he finds himself in first place.
It's been absolutely flawless so far. I cannot wait to see what this player produces tomorrow.
Well, that will do it for today. For all of us here at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalon. Thanks for watching.
That's nice. 500 VC. Let's go on the trip.
K Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're back for the finale of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Let's see who will be crowned a champion. I'm Andrew Catalon. Thanks for being with us on this beautiful day. As we begin the day here on 2K Sports, our featured player is currently 10 under par. That appears to be a very good line off the tee. Henny, what can you tell us about this shot?
Setting up here from about 200 yards.
Going with 4-iron here. Staring down a very long putt here. Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
A huge right to left swinger.
Pretty good from that distance, just a little meat left on the bone.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Let's go to the par 3 second.
This one. Sorry,
This is missing to the right.
it's not too bad. We've done a bit missing
Yeah,
there,
I
right?
like that. That's okay there. That's a safe shot. 16 feet to the cup. This one starting to break to the right. The putt goes in and our featured player extends the lead.
Gotta love that start right there. Absolutely taking it to the field.
He's been good.
That is a big-time drive. This player won their last event. Let's see if that momentum carries on.
Well, it's certainly in their favor, isn't it? Winning breeds winning. It wouldn't surprise me to see them win again this week.
Oh,
How about this birdie putt?
I don't know. Ah!
Did not go in. And a tap-in par. Taking a look at the leaderboard, he's got the lead. Let's see what happens here on 4. That's going to work nicely for him.
It's just 10 man who are shape. George.
All right, clubbing up.
No doubt about the club selection there. That was the right play.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shots.
He improves to 12 under par for the event.
Now on the tee of the 5th hole, the par 4.
7.
Standing over his second shot.
Went straight down.
Good.
Yeah, that was tricky with that wind. Great shot there.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
Oh, what a putt.
That is definitely a confidence builder.
Currently 13 under for the event. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here.
I'm wondering if he's going to attack this hole. Reachable par 5, extend that lead. Gotta say, just some of the best rhythm in the game.
And time to check in with Matt Fitzpatrick from England, standing over this next shot. Let's get back to it, shall we? Playing from around 240 yards.
Straight downwind, tough to put a lot of spin on it and hold the green.
To try and size
Going with the 4-iron here.
Shut up.
Good chance this one, right on 6 feet. Nice one, 4th birdie of the day.
Gotta say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
As we move on to the next hole, his lead is 10 shots. 5-iron on the way. Let's see what happens out of this bunker. This putt for par.
It's terrible.
Henny, how tricky is this one?
I've got it going left to right.
Putt is underway.
That putt drops for par. And after that hole, our featured player still atop the leaderboard. Over to number 8. It's a par 4.
Ooh. It's going to be on the trees here.
This is a 150-yard shot.
Wind is going straight at his back.
Okay, that's going to play. This putt is 14 feet away.
Oh.
Close. Okay, this putt for par, trying to get out of here without any damage. As we move on to the next hole, his lead is 9 shots. Time for the tee shot on this par 4 hole.
Danger ahead. This could get into trouble.
They look so good for so long, but now it's first cut.
Oh, that was okay.
Just off the fairway, and what a beautiful shot. On the green, that's always mission number
It's a
1.
good recovery shot for that
On the
distance.
green, but some work to do. Come on. Well, a par would look really good on the scorecard right now. Okay, the putt goes in. Time for the next hole. Our featured player continues to lead the way, up by 9. I think this one will find the fairway quite easily. Okay, we've got about a 140-yard shot here.
Wind moving the golf ball left to right.
Be good, be good, be good, be good, be good.
Looking to get up and down from here.
Just okay.
Look at this.
Slant
This
up
is a
there.
6-footer.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
After that hole, he still has the top spot on the leaderboard.
Hole number 11 is a par 4. Well struck. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Setting up from about 100 yards.
That's okay. We spent
That one's just found its way onto the first step. This would be a great up and down. Ooh,
Oh.
that'd have been nice. This putt for par
to
here.
be beautiful. Oh, just got it past.
And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. That one's heading down Broadway. There's been some great action out on the course. Let's take a look at this highlight from another person's play.
Second shot here.
Let's return to live play now. Second shot here on the 12th.
So,
And from the bunker here, looking for an up and down.
chance with this smash.
How close was that to going in? This would be a great up and down from this spot. Ooh, that almost went down. In she goes. Let's head to the next. It's time to take a look at this 13th hole. And he's down there.
Wind starting to get up, but it's helping, which is nice.
Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
Airmail the green with that approach.
Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. Our current leader is enjoying a 10-shot lead. We find ourselves on a par 3 here.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running into a low area that you have a pretty difficult chip shot to a green that historically is the firmest and fastest on this golf course.
Second shot here on the 14th hole. That one almost went in the hole. Close to the surface here, the green side rough. Wow, that almost went in the hole. 3 feet to go here to the hole. And that will be
That's
his
a shit
first drop
hole.
shot of the tournament.
Just one bogey, that's okay, but you don't want this to be becoming a habit.
This hole is a par 4.
Strong
So
par
I gotta
4,
start
dog legs
these
from left to right.
commentators.
Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
That was a misjudgment coming out of the sand.
Please come to nice. Please come to nice.
The perfect wind swing. Nice and easy.
8 feet remains.
A good look at par here.
Oh, there you go. Absolute shithole.
That one drops in. That's a second consecutive bogey with just a few holes left to play.
Yeah, back-to-back bogey's never nice. That is probably asking too much.
Oh, flex on that drive. All right, Henny, what does this look like?
Setting up here from about 170 yards.
What an aggressive play. This has a chance. Another good shot from our leader. Okay, John, what do you see with this putt?
There's a little complexity, and this one's going downhill, braking to the right.
So close. 4 feet left to the hole. He makes that one for birdie, and that's just what the doctor ordered after a bogey on the previous hole. And after that hole, our featured player is in first place. Let's go over to 17, the par 3.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
Now a putt to get to 14 under par. Man, that was close. Short putt goes in for par. We finish on 18 with a par 4. Wow, what a This is a 7-iron on the way. Okay, a putt to win the tournament. John, you're down there. What can you tell us about this putt?
Well, I think this is clocking in around 30 feet to the cup from there.
This putt on a good line. A good line here. Tracking.
Oh,
It's all on the line with a prestigious win has been clinched. Our featured player wins the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
A sensational win on an iconic golf course, home of the King.
let's do one round of the Players' Championship.
Rich, just an incredible performance, back-to-back wins on tour.
It takes a lot of mental fortitude to win not just once, but back-to-back weeks. Job well done.
That will do it for us today. For Rich Beem, Luke Elvey, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. Have a great night.
I did this. Change our personality. Let's do it. Let's go.
UK Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the beautiful grounds of TPC Sawgrass, our opening round coverage of the Players' Championship is about to begin. It looks like a great day out there. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beem and Luke Elvey. Henny Koyak is walking with the feature group, John McCarthy on the course as well. Rich, it's a monster week on tour. It's the Players' Championship. What challenges does TPC Sawgrass present?
I think more than anything else, it's the most effective and efficient way to attack this Pete Dye design, Andrew. There's nothing straightforward about it. The tee boxes point you one direction, the fairway landing area is in a different direction, and the greens sit in a different direction. There are no straight lines on this golf course. You have to think outside the box to get it around the best at TPC Sawgrass, which is not something that the best in the world are tend to do very well. They like things very linear. This is not linear.
Let's go down to Henny.
Yeah, this one. It's looking like a 230-yarder. Feeling strong, going for less club.
On the green in 2. How about that?
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and getting rewarded for it. Great touch here, Luke. Watch this.
Time to get back to live play. This could be massive, an eagle putt. Let's check in with Henny.
Honestly, guys, I stopped counting at 40 feet. This is way out.
Yeah, that was a lot to ask right there, but in good shape now. This one is 5 feet away.
This for back-to-back birdies.
And he improves his score to 2 under par for the event.
Moving up the leaderboard. I like it.
Stepping on to the par 3 third.
Such a cool little par 3. Love this green. There's a low section in the front and a high section in the back. And anytime they put the pin all the way in the back section of this green, well, I tell you what, good luck on you. If you miss this green long and or left, that bunker sits some 5 feet below the surface of the green.
John, your green side, what do you see in this putt?
This one's going to go pretty significantly right to left.
Let's see if the player can make this putt for par. Here's a look at the way things stand with Will Zalatoris out ahead of the pack. On the tee on the 4th hole.
Par 4, 384 yards from the back. A long snake-like bunker down the right-hand side to a cool little green with all sorts of movement on it. A very fun hole to play indeed.
Let's take a look at some highlights of Tom Kim.
This is 4th.
Still not putting.
Shocking. A missed green in regulation.
Yeah.
Oh, some magic by the green. You gotta love it.
He's only gone and chipped in for birdie. Nice.
After that hole, our featured player is making a move.
All right, Rich, the par 4 fifth. A strong hole, this one, isn't it?
Par 4, 471 yards from the back. Drive it out to the left-hand side to give yourself the best angle for your second shot to this long, thin green.
Don't like the look of that lie. Sitting at -3.
Still too bad.
Looks to be going with a 6. Terrific approach and a chance for a birdie here on the 5th. That doesn't look to be a great lie, but John's down there. How bad is it?
Yeah, they are deep down into this bunker. Should be interesting to see how they escape this one.
Good opportunity here to move into a tie for 3rd. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day.
Kinda like it. 2 in a row.
Now on the tee, fresh off a birdie, a great opportunity to build on that momentum.
Par 4, 393 yards from the back. Most players taking out a long iron or hybrid just for placement in the fairway. This green is surrounded by tall palm trees. Don't get caught out by one.
Sitting at -4. That was special. This putt is of 9 feet. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
That hole looks double the size for this player this week.
Over to the par 4 7th hole.
Difficult par 4, 451 yards. Water and sand all the way down the left-hand side. Hit it out to the right. Find the green with your second and sprint to the next hole, making 4.
Is Will Zalatoris.
And now this from about 150 yards away.
Breeze straight into him.
Here's a putt to get to 6 under. Henny is right there.
It's looking like 31 feet.
Here we go. Putt on the way. Getting better. This one might go.
Oh,
Here's the tap in for par. With that hole complete, there's currently a two-way tie at the top between our featured player and Will Zalatoris. We have a par 3 on this one.
Par 3, 237 yards in length. A brute, to say the least. It is a tough hole surrounded by bunkers. If you can make 3 here, you're a happy person.
Okay, green side, and the goal now is to get up and down.
super fun.
Here's the par putt. Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he is tied for the lead. Now to the par 5, 9th hole.
Could not be more perfect.
5 under at the moment. That is going to work. This is the 3rd. Yeah, nothing wrong with that shot right there. A 13-footer here.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
I'm down here, I've done the read, and this is a left to right.
And the birdie putt drops. As we take a look at the leaderboard, our leader is up by 1. Now to the 10th hole, it's a par 4. Golf claps around the course. Looking at my yardage book, it looks like about 140 yards remain.
Next shot straight back into the teeth of the wind.
This one's looking pretty good.
That's a really nice approach shot.
For this one, for back-to-back birdies.
I can watch shots like this all day, every day.
Six feet remain.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
The putt goes in, and that cushion is getting wider.
Kind of like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
There's some birdie holes out on this course, and the 11th is certainly one of those, but there are some troublesome spots if you get out of play.
There definitely is trouble, but the thing I love about this hole the most, Luke, is that there's so many different ways to play it. Most players will take driver off the tee, but from there, now it's anybody's ball game. You don't have to go for the green on the second shot. You can lay it up over the left. You can lay it up over to the right. You can lay it up long left. There's so many different ways of attacking this hole. Each individual is going to do it differently. I love the second shot on this one.
Oh.
To stick that one.
What an opportunity to make a birdie. Oh, he's on fire today. Building upon his lead, hole after hole. Currently 8 under for the round. The tee shot is all that matters on the short par 4 12th. Most players can reach the green. It's just a decision whether the player goes for it or not.
They can, but they better be aware that there's a lot of danger up there. Water left obviously is no good, but even bailing out to the right in those dunes, in the mounds, and little pot bunkers on top of those mounds, well, forget about it. That's not a good space either, especially since the green does run pretty hard from right to left. If you want to take this hole on with driver and expecting to make 3, well, you need to realize that a 5 and a 6 could be easily made as well.
And he needs this to save par. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. Well, as you start to head for home here at TPC Sawgrass, you're blessed with this wonderful par 330.
And this is a really cool par 3. You've got 3 distinct areas on the green, front right, all the way on the left-hand side, and the back right. Wherever they put the pin is going to dictate what shot shape you want to have into that green. I think it's a really cool design because it requires you to think about how you want the golf ball to land on the green and the way you want it to bounce. I think Pete Dye did a great job in designing this green.
Currently 9 under for the event. There's a few birdie opportunities out of the gate here on the second night at TPC Sawgrass, but it really starts to toughen up down the stretch, starting here with a difficult par 4 14.
Difficult tee shot on this playing some 481 yards from the tip. You find the fairway and you've got a decent chance of finding the green with your second shot, but if you're out of position anywhere on this hole, your number will go up exponentially.
Oh, you couldn't paint a better picture. Gorgeous. And choosing the 8-iron here.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
See, if this is up, it could be in. That's
Boom.
outstanding.
And a chip in, Luke, just what the doctor ordered.
Our leader is out in front by a whopping 5 strokes.
We've hit the par 4 15th hole.
One of the more simple tee shots on the golf course, par 4, 470 yards. Just a little fade required off the tee to the fairway. The green sits up above the fairway a little bit, surrounded by a couple of bunkers, but I gotta say, I like this hole. It's straightforward, it's simple, before you head into the final 3. This one headed left in a hurry.
Henny, you're walking with this group. What do you see in the bunker?
This reminds me of my breakfast. Nice fried egg.
Amazing day. Another hole out.
Absolutely insane. I've never seen anything quite like this.
And after after that hole, still in front on the leaderboard. Now to the 16th hole, a par 5.
Fun-filled adventure waits. Find the fairway, and let's see how brave you are. Do you want to take on the second shot and try and knock it on the green? Of course you do. But watch out. Lots of water awaiting a wayward second.
And Matty Fitzpatrick now setting up with this look.
We're back. Time to have more live play.
You know, Andrew, I think he's going to go for this one.
Let's see how aggressive it becomes out of the sand. Well, this would be really nice to get a birdie opportunity. Okay, let's see how things stand. Our featured player is ahead by 7. Teeing off here on the 17th hole.
When you play here in a practice round, it looks like you could just throw it on there. But when you're in a tournament round, it doesn't even look like it exists. The hole changes so much when the tournament starts. That's what I love about it. You just add 35,000 people who are having some fun and ready to heckle you if you knock it in the water. Good luck. Enjoy.
That nearly went in. 3 feet
Summer
remain.
Bonnet.
A bogey on the scorecard, and things might be turning a little bit.
Why doesn't he use
As we check
Spanier?
out how things stand, our leader has a 6-shot cushion. That's a good one to build momentum on. This shot is about 170 yards.
Has the wind coming right into his face.
Okay, nothing spectacular, but safe. John, give us a read on this putt.
It's looking like left to right putt on this one.
Boom.
He finishes with bogey on 18.
That's 12 under. What's this then? Sevens.
And folks, at the end of this first round, he's going to find himself in first place. Not bad, Rich.
Who doesn't like to be the leader? It's always good. No matter the first round, you'd rather have it the last round, though. But I got to say, good start.
Well, that'll do it for us today. For our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long, and we'll see you next time.
Let's fucking finish some of these dark things, man. Jesus. It doesn't look as if it's good.